I have a few family members and a few friends that will disagree with this video, primarily because we've kind of hashed this out live in the past. But I want to remind you of something. I've done videos about this before. That when one team does real well in a particular sport, all the other teams in that city follow suit. I've been saying this for years. Now I'll give you a few examples. 2004, the Boston Red Sox won the World Series. 2004, the New England Patriots won the Super Bowl. 2005, the Chicago Wolves of the American Hockey League were in the championship and lost to the Philadelphia Phantoms, but they were in the championship. 2005, the Chicago White Sox won the World Series. And just a few years later, the Chicago Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup. Let's look back into time a little bit. 1986. We saw the New York Giants win the Super Bowl. And I believe it was wide right off the foot of the Buffalo Bills kicker in that game. So the New York Giants won a Super Bowl based on Buffalo's mistake. But that same year, the New York Mets, also from New York, won the World Series. As we saw that ball go through Bill Buckner's legs. Now that was Boston making a mistake. 1969, the New York Jets came out of nowhere to win the Super Bowl. They were the team that no one expected to win. So are the New York Mets in this same year. Now, when you think of Dallas, Texas, the very first thing that comes to mind is the Dallas Cowboys. They've been the premier team in Dallas for years. But where are they this year? They're not that good. But now let's back the clock up a little bit. Wasn't it the Texas Rangers who play in Dallas in the World Series last year? They lost to San Francisco. Wasn't it the Dallas Mavericks of the National Basketball Association winning an NBA championship over a heavily favored team from Miami? Well, these questions all need to be answered. And it seems that the answer is always the same. If one team does well in the city, so does every other team. Go back to the late 1950s. The Cleveland Browns were winning the NFL title. Cleveland Indians were right there in Major League Baseball. Let's look at 1949 when the Philadelphia Eagles won the NFL championship, which is the equivalent to today's Super Bowl. 1949. That's wintertime. Now you go into the spring and the summer and the fall of 1950, and who was in the World Series? The Philadelphia Phillies. So you see, it keeps following itself. over and over and over and over again. A couple of years ago, we had the Cincinnati Bengals. They had a nice little playoff run, and the Cincinnati Reds. It just keeps going and going and going. You can do some research on this, and you're going to find out that I'm absolutely right on this point. You might even disagree with me, like one of my family members did, and a couple of my friends did. But either way, it's a fun subject to talk about in a vlog. And on that note, thank you for allowing me to bore you, and have a great day. Bye.